Welcome back to the channel. Here you'll find the fastest updates on breaking news, shocking secrets, and dramatic predictions for times. The young and the restless. Who will betray whom? What secrets are about to be revealed? And what horrific tragedy awaits the characters in Genoa City? Subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us to discover the unmissable developments right now. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Genoa City gossip. Today is a fantastic, drama-filled day to dive deep into the latest chaos tearing our favorite family. We have so much to unpack regarding the absolute madness unfolding on our screens. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get right into the thick of it. Oh my God, I am literally shaking right now. I cannot even begin to process what I just watched unfold on my... Are they seriously doing this right now? I mean, I have been watching since 2015, and I have seen some absolutely wild, off-the-wall storylines in my time. But this takes the absolute cake and smashes it into the ground. I am furious, I am captivated, and I am honestly ready to throw my remote at the television. Because how on earth are we supposed to sit back and watch Sienna Bacall fall right back into the manipulative trap of the most dangerous psychopath Genoa City has ever seen? Matt Clark is playing everyone in this town like a cheap fiddle, and I am screaming at my TV. I just can't believe they did that. I can't believe they are making Sienna look this naive after everything she has survived. It feels like a massive slap in the face to all the character development she has gone through over the past year. I have invested years of my life into these characters, crying with them, yelling at them, and this current arc is pushing me to my absolute limit. Let's break down that agonizing scene between Matt. Matt comes crawling back to her, putting on this pathetic, wounded puppy dog act. He is apologizing for storming off in a rage the last time they tried to talk, acting like he is just so overwhelmed by his misery. And of course, he's using his amnesia as the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card. He looks at her with those big, confused eyes and basically begs for her help. He tells her that she is the only one who believes he has actually changed, and he wants her to be his bridge to the Newman family. He actually has the sheer audacity to ask her to help him convince Victor, Nick, Sharon, and the rest of the clan to forgive him. Excuse me? Forgive him? The man who literally raped Sharon? The man who locked Nick in a storage room in Las Vegas, pumped him full of drugs, and tortured him into a catastrophic fentanyl relapse? It is absolutely mind-boggling that he would even fix his mouth to ask for that. How can anyone look at him and see anything other than pure, unadulterated evil? But here is the kicker that really gets me. Sienna actually agrees to see what she can do. I know. Some people are loving this twisted dynamic and the chemistry between the actors, but personally, I am sick to my stomach. Sienna is a smart girl, or at least she used to be. Remember when they were out in the Vegas desert and she literally bashed his head in with a rock because she was trying to survive his murderous rampage? Yeah, didn't work then either to get rid of him, but at least she had a spine. Now, she's looking at him like he's a misunderstood victim of circumstance. She agrees to help him, but she does drop that one iconic line. She warns him that if he is playing her, she won't be so clumsy the next time she tries to kill him. Okay, I have to admit, that was a totally badass line. But still, why is she even giving him the time of day when she knows exactly what kind of monster? She is playing with fire, and she is going to get burned. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about Matt's amnesia for a second. Am I the only one who thinks this is a complete and utter sham? We know Matt is a manipulative sociopath. He is standing there acting like he just woke up yesterday with a clean slate, but we all know the monster is still lurking right beneath the... He is using Sienna's guilt and her lingering trauma bond to worm his way back into power. He knows that if he can get Sienna on his side, he has a direct line to Noah and, by extension, the entire Newman Empire. It is sick, it is twisted, and it is brilliant soap opera writing, but I hate it so much. He is calculating every single move, and Sienna is just a pawn on his chessboard. I am dreading the moment she realizes she has been played again, because the emotional fallout is going to be absolutely devastating. So, just as Matt is working his toxic magic and getting under Sienna's skin, in bursts, Noah Newman, like a knight in shining, albeit highly annoying, armor. Noah comes charging in, absolutely furious, and just unleashes a storm of rage on Matt. He basically tells Matt to pack his bags and get the hell out of Genoa City forever. And look, I get it. Noah is trying to protect his girlfriend. He knows exactly what Matt is capable of. He knows Matt is the reason his father, Nick, is currently fighting for his life in an inpatient rehab facility, sweating through fentanyl withdrawals because of what Matt did to him in that Vegas storage room. Noah has every right to be angry and protective. Any son would be furious after what Matt did to him. It is a completely natural human reaction to seeing the devil stand. But Noah's execution? Absolutely terrible. He storms in there, puffing his chest out, completely disregarding Sienna's agency. He acts like Sienna is this fragile little bird who can't handle herself, completely forgetting that Sienna is the one who took a rock to Matt's skull to save her own life. Noah's white knight syndrome is out of control right now. He thinks he is saving the day, but all he is doing is pushing Sienna further away. It's like he inherited the absolute worst traits of Nick Newman, that overbearing, controlling need to protect women who didn't ask for his protection. He is treating Sienna like she doesn't have a brain of her own, and it is infuriating to watch him undermine. And boy, does Sienna let him have it after Matt. I was cheering for her during this part, I won't lie. She completely rips into Noah for rushing in like a hero when she was just trying to have a conversation with her ex. She tells him flat out that she is not some gullible idiot who can be easily manipulated. She is so deeply insulted that Noah thinks she needs him to fight her battle. Sienna screams at him that no one manipulates or controls her, especially not Noah. Yes, Sienna. Tell him she is a grown woman who has survived absolute hell, and she doesn't need Noah treating her like a child who can't make her own decisions. It was such a triumphant moment for her character, even if she is making a huge mistake by talking. I mean, can we talk about this relationship for a second? Noah and Sienna have been on thin ice for weeks. Noah is so paranoid about Matt that he is suffocating. And the more Noah tries to control the narrative, the more Sienna is going to rebel. It is classic psychology. By acting like a crazy, controlling boyfriend, Noah is practically driving Sienna right back into Matt's arms. He is making Matt look like the calm, reasonable one. How messed up is that? Sienna ends up storming off in a huff, leaving Noah standing there looking like a complete fool. I don't see this relationship surviving this summer. I really don't. The trust is completely gone, and Noah is his own worst. He is ruining the best thing that ever happened to him because he can't control his own jealousy. Okay, back to the point. While Noah and Sienna's relationship is imploding in spectacular fashion, Matt slithers his way back to the Genoa City Athletic Club. And who does he surprise in her suite? Phyllis Summers. Oh my God. Phyllis, what are you doing, girl? Matt walks in and Phyllis is startled. He explains that he put his duffel bag under the bed to keep things tidy, and he didn't want to wake her up because she looked like a sexy angel while she was sleeping. A sexy angel. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Are we really supposed to buy this? It is the most cringeworthy line I have heard all year. I literally had to pause my television and walk around my living room to process the sheer audacity of that dialogue. I am sorry, but I have to go off on Phyllis for. Phyllis is supposed to be this fierce, independent, brilliant woman. She is currently fighting a massive corporate war against Victor Newman, who used a completely illegal AI forgery program to steal Newman Enterprises back from her. She is alienated from her kids, Summer and Daniel. She is backed into a corner, and instead of focusing on taking down Victor, she is hopping into bed with Matt Clark, the man who terrorized her friends, the man who raped Sharon. Has she completely lost her mind? I cannot understand how the writers are justifying this pairing. It goes against everything Phyllis stands. She is usually the one pulling the strings, not falling for the cheesy lines of a sociopath. But then again, maybe I understand. Contradicting myself here, I know, but think about it. Phyllis is incredibly isolated. Everyone in Genoa City hates her. The Newmans are actively trying to destroy her. Her own children can barely stand to look at her. And then here comes Matt Clark, this handsome, dangerous guy who claims he doesn't remember any of the bad things he did. He looks at Phyllis and doesn't see a pariah. He sees a sexy angel. He validates her. He makes her feel wanted and powerful when everyone else is making her feel small. It is a toxic, codependent match made in soap opera heaven. She is clinging to the one person who isn't judging her, even if that person is the literal devil in disguise. But it is so dangerous. Matt is using Phyllis just like he is using Sienna. He knows Phyllis has resources. He knows she hates Victor just as much as he. If Matt and Phyllis team up, they could burn Genoa City to. And part of me is absolutely here for the chaos, but the other part of me is terrified for the collateral damage. Nick is already in rehab. What is going to happen when Nick finds out that Phyllis, the woman who supposedly saved his life, is sleeping with his ultimate tormentor? It is going to break Nick all over again. The fallout is going to be nuclear, and I am not ready for the emotional devastation that is going to hit the Newman family when this secret comes. And let's not forget Victor Newman's role in this entire mess. Victor is the one who brought Matt back into the fold. Victor actually thought he could dangle Matt on a string, using him as a pawn to gather intel on Kane Ashby and Chancellor Industries. It is the classic Victor Newman hubris, thinking he is the puppet master of the universe. But Victor's arrogance is going to be his downfall. You cannot put a leash on a rabid dog like Matt. Matt is playing Victor, he's playing Sienna, he is playing Phyllis, and he's playing Noah. The only person who seems to see through the BS is probably Adam, but Adam is too busy dealing with his own drama. Victor is going to regret the day he ever let Matt Clark back onto his ranch, and I cannot wait to see Victor's face when he realizes he has been outsmarted. I just can't believe the writers are going there with Phyllis. And I know Jamie Giddens and Dan O'Connor are shaking things up, and I respect the drama. But this is a powder keg waiting to explode. Sienna is going to get her heart broken, or worse, get killed if she actually tries to take Matt out again. Noah is going to lose his mind and probably do something incredibly stupid. Phyllis is going to lose whatever tiny shred of credibility she. And Matt Clark is going to sit back and watch them all burn. I am dreading it, but I also know I am going to be glued to my screen every single day. Am I the only one who feels this way? Let me know, because I feel like I am losing my mind over this show right now.